Jordan Sekulow. We're actually in Alexandria, Virginia at voter registration for Southern Sudan's January independence vote. You may know some about Sudan, but do you know about Southern Sudan? We're going to take you inside to some of the voters here who are registering today, some of the people who have come many hours, long distances, just to register to vote in this referendum. As you know, the American Center for Law and Justice has affiliates already in Kenya and Zimbabwe. We've also been working with the government of Southern Sudan's mission to the United States. Let's go inside. Why, for you, why is this important to come all the way from Michigan to here in Alexandria, Virginia to register to vote? Why is that important?
I think this is a good question. This is a national exercise for all South Sudanese to determine the future of the country, and that's why I'm here. You know, one of the things, it is also important that Sudan, for the first time in history, is going to, is going to change, and the change will come through the commitment of Sudanese back home and in the diaspora. So that's why we mobilize our communities in North America to come and register to vote in January 9th. It's very important. So we are residing in America, some of us, American citizens, and we are trying to do this. It's a very important national commitment. Some of us, left the job and all in, that we want to work, just only to come here and vote. So it is very important. That's why I drove for 11 hours to Washington, D.C.
I mean, that's important for everyone, 11 hours to come to D.C. For the American audience who may have only seen Sudan mentioned sometimes in the news, but not know much about Southern Sudan, what would you tell them why it's important to pay attention to this vote in January?
I think that's another good question. What I should tell our American friends is that, this exercise is not just for South Sudanese, it is even an African issue. And it is for the entire world, because South Sudan, or Sudan in general, is going to make a very important political decision. And we need the international community to stand with Sudan, not just only with South Sudan, to make sure that the country should not go back to war again. That's very important, that's the priority. It should be a peaceful referendum, and we want the United States to stand with Sudanese to make sure that this referendum should go on without any war again, because we are tired of war, and war is destructive. So that's why we want Americans, to stand with us, to help us, and to make this thing a success. It's very important.
Thank you. Thank you. Excellent. Why are you here today to register to vote in the referendum?
Actually, I think it's a good thing to do, and we just do it for our people, and especially the ladies. We need all the ladies to come forward to vote, and because of our children, we have to do it for them. And for us, like we American citizens, we don't need this very much, but we just do it for the poor people down there because they don't know their rights. So we're going to be the face to go ahead and help them and do the best we can do.
So you brought up women getting involved. Have you seen women coming out here in the U.S., here in Alexandria, Virginia, to come out and vote?
Yeah, we brought a lot of women today, and I think that's a good thing. And I've been watching the South Sudan TV. I've seen a lot of women involved in the activities. It's not like when I left Sudan back then. So I think it's a good progress.
Is that new? Is that new to see women this involved?
Yes, it is. And I'm so glad about it.
So why was it important for you today to come from North Carolina to here in Alexandria, Virginia, to register to vote in the referendum?
This referendum is very important to all Southerners because it has never happened to us since God created us. And it's the chance that if you miss it, you never get it again. So it's like the chance that you get once in your lifetime. It's very important.
When did you come to the United States?
I came to the United States in 2004.
Do you look forward to going home if there's what would you do?
Absolutely, I'm going home back. I'm going back home next.
So you came from Charlottesville today here to Alexandria. Why are you here to vote, register to vote?
I'm here to register to vote in January. This is the first time in many years that we never get this chance. So I thought it's really very important to me, for me to come and register and also to set an example to women so we can really register. because we really want freedom, and we want also people to be freedom of anything, of religion, freedom of anything, culture, you know. So this is really the opportunity that we never thought we'd reach in this time.
So it seems like I've heard that a couple of times, women actually coming out to vote. Is it something new that women would be this involved?
Yes, it is new because, you know, if we have to go back to the culture, you know, women always, they don't have really voice in the society. So this is the time that all women are coming out to raise their voice, and that's why it's very important for women to be here.
Why? Like, why would you come from Rwanda, for the American audience who's watching this, to come register today?
I came here to make sure that I came to vote, to register to vote on January 9th, and I want to make sure everybody get out there and vote on January 9th, because I don't want somebody to blame somebody, like, you know, what happened during when British left Sudan, and we blame our elders that, you know, they don't do right for us. So this time is the time. You get out there, vote, don't blame nobody, blame yourself. If the outcome comes bad, blame yourself. Don't blame.
Where did you come from?
Basically, I'm from Michigan, but I recently moved here to DC to witness the process that is going on out here.
Why is it so important for you to come from Michigan, move back to Washington, D.C. as this referendum process? Why is this such an important vote coming up in January?
This is a very one time for, in particular, the people of the Southern Sudan to have their voice heard by the world, and it is right for us to witness the importance and the process that is going down here in Washington, D.C. For the Southern Sudan to be free or to be at the same.
For Americans who may not know much about the issue yet, and they're starting to see more and more in the news leading up to January, why should they be paying attention to this vote?
It is very important for Americans to basically paying attention for what is going on for this vote, because it's very important. It is only one time going to happen at one time, and it's not going to happen anymore. And we know that we know that Americans should have to pay attention, because it is very important that if American involved, it could bring the interests of the people of the Southern Sudan to be heard by the world, and basically it should involve the international community to be a part of the process as well.
So you've seen people come in. We've talked to people from Michigan, from North Carolina, from 11 hours away driving in the car to register to vote for the referendum. Why are they doing it? Why is this so important?
Because what is going to happen in January is self-determination, which means the opportunity for the citizen of Southern Sudan, inside the country and outside the country, to vote and choose for themselves.
For Americans who are maybe hearing about this issue for the first time, about the referendum, they've heard about Sudan, but probably not much more than bad things, honestly. Why is this referendum important for them to watch, to pay attention to as Americans?
It's important because since independence in 1956, Southern Sudanese have never had the opportunity to exist as equal citizens. They never had the opportunity for development or access to basic services. And so when the Comprehensive Peace Agreement was signed in 2005, it was concluded that by the end of the 6 years interim period, there will be a voting for self-determination, where the country will decide whether to continue united under the current government status, where we have one government, one country, two government, or Southern Sudan will secede. And so all these people are coming to exercise their right as citizens of Southern Sudan, so they will choose whether to keep the country united or take Southern Sudan as a separate country.